Hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. Well, I didn't do a lot outside this weekend. I did need to rest and recuperate from the week last week out in this heat. So I've been working inside, and what I worked on is my communication, power production, and medical storage. So I got the shelves organized with meds and bandages and all that stuff, and then I got some extra radios here that I was tuning up. Making sure they work properly. And I made a bigger desk there and took that little kid's desk that was in here. It just too bulky and couldn't put enough stuff on it. So I rearranged in here and put it on the back wall, which makes it quite a bit bigger. I mean, it's still a storage closet, communications closet, but I also put a shelf up on this side and got like my impact drill battery charger up here. This is a lithium ion charger. This is just a regular charger, but it does alkaline batteries, nickel metal hydride, or nickel cadmium. So you can set it to what you're wanting to charge and put it in there, and it'll take a very weak regular store-bought battery and charge it back up. But yeah, they do corrode. They don't last as long, but they do recharge. You get a couple more uses out of them before you have to throw them away. Then I got a little solar charger here that I keep plugged in, because if my phone or whatever gets weak and I need to be outside, I plug that in. And of course an Energizer charger that's got a couple of 9 volts in there. So all the charger stuff's up here. It's plugged directly into the inverter, by the way, with this strip. And I moved some lights in here that run straight off the inverter. And I've got all my batteries mounted back here. So let me slide this chair out. And I've got to go through them. I always throw a few away when I go through my batteries that corrode or whatever. But so I've got D size down here, and there's some Energizer C-size batteries here. I've got regular store-bought C-size there. These are for headlamps that I've got, flashlights, that kind of thing. And then regular alkaline batteries here that charger will charge. And then everything from here over is rechargeable, except for these two 9 volts, of course. But these two are Energizer rechargeables. And then I've got some off-the-wall brand rechargeables, but they're all mixed in. These I just bought 8 of these to see how they would do. They're AA rechargeables, and I've got to go through every battery and test it. And here's a tester right here. Each one came with one, each holder, and go through them and see which ones need charging, which ones don't, and clean up the ends or whatever if I need to. But I got the board mounted, got all the battery holders mounted, and finally got the batteries organized. So now I can start going through them. Of course, this is also a workstation for me when I'm tuning radios and all that stuff. Gives me a place to take it apart, that kind of stuff, check it. And I've got a few things that I'm going to have to just put out in the shop, I guess, somewhere. Old lamp light. It's old style, folded in the arm. And there's my old transfer switch that I used to use before I bought the big inverter. So this one's my mobile radio that I use in my personal vehicle. I just haven't gotten it installed. I bought this radio from an old guy for like 30 bucks, y'all. Everything on it still works. The clock, everything. It works like it's brand spanking new. So it's not a real high power radio. It's just a, off the wall Montgomery Ward 40 channel radio, but it works really, really well. The old guy that had it took very good care of it. So then I got another Turner Plus 3 mic that I need to get the mic wired so I can have it for my radios, and of course all the medical stuff I've got stored up there. And this is suture kits and medical clamps, that kind of stuff. So, extra contact lenses. Just some stuff my daughters, you know, they say, here, put this with the medical stuff, so I add it. And well, let me show y'all something. Lots of rolls of bandages and some betadine, mineral oil, alcohol. Some of it's old bottles, some of it's new, and hydrogen peroxide. Lots of gauze and bandages. The emergency trauma dressing, that stuff. Stapler instead of sutures, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to focus in on all the meds, but that's not all of them. I'm just working on getting them put up. And if you notice here, I took the Turner out of the incubator. I went back through them last night, and out of the 12 eggs, 10 of them look like there's a baby chick inside. They're full dark. 2 of them did not. They just did not make it. I took them outside and busted them, and sure enough, one had started, but it never grew. So it was very, very tiny, you know, so I guess it just didn't make it. But the other one never even started, so it probably wasn't fertile. But all 10 of these look like they're fertile, look like they're getting ready to hatch. The egg is full, so I took the Turner out. I'm going to leave them here. You're supposed to take it out 2 or 3 days before they hatch, so I'm actually on day 20 now, so I took it out at the end of day 19. Hopefully those will hatch. I still don't know, but as they hatch, I'll take them out and take the empty shells out and you know, move the chicks to the brooder. So I'm gonna get the brooder set back up tonight and be ready for baby chicks if that's what I need to do. So I still got to do some wiring in here, as far as I've only got a receptacle on this wall. Ran a cord over. So I put a receptacle there for that wall. When I put it in, I'm going to put one on this side. So I'll have a plug over on this side of this storage closet too. And of course, that's the vents I put in for air movement. I've been cutting boards, so I've got to clean this up. But there's a pair of crutches that needs to go out to the shop. They don't really need to be in the house, but they're stored. And I've got to add another shelf bracket to support this shelf. But they are screwed down and all that good stuff. They won't move. So I just wanted to do a video. I know it's not an exciting video, but it's what I've done this weekend. And when you got stuff, you know, I was trying to move everything into this room I added on, and my grandboy said, Papa, when you gonna finish our room? And I'm like, oh crap, I wasn't even turning it into a kid's room. I'm turning it into a reloading room and battery and all that stuff. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get the stuff out of there and get it finished for my grandboys and granddaughters, so they'll all have a place to sleep when they come over. So Papa had to get to work. And that's just the way it goes. It's quiet on the radio today, y'all. A lot of times all I hear is skip. Hispanic skip. I can't understand the word they're saying, but they fill up every channel. Unless the big boys that are running all those amplifiers that I told y'all, I don't really run an amplifier. That's just a barefoot radio. But those big boys are in this area. They do shootouts halfway across the country and so on, running 10, 20,000 watts. And they take up 2 or 3 channels spread out through the 40, and you can't hear nothing on a couple channels below and a couple channels above. But either way, I got my grab for armadillo tools there. I got to sweep up, clean the shelf off, or what I'm making the desk off, and get all the excess stuff that I had, like that I cut. And then I had my shop back in there. I'm going to go back out to the shop with, and all my tools and extra stuff's got to go back out to the shop and get it out of this house so I can get my grandkids' room done. I'm going to put this old desk in there for them once I clean it up. But I've got tons of stuff in here. Most of it's reloading stuff, but not all of it. I've got feeders and waterers for rabbits if I ever get any. So all that stuff's got to come down. I got a lot to do. I'm not going to finish it today, but I did make a big dent into it. I think I took 2 shelves down in there plus the desk part of it. So it ought to do for a while until I come up with some other crazy idea. But guys, I appreciate y'all subscribing to the channel, hitting the thumbs up, and give me comments, constructive criticism, whatever it is you want. I'm good with that. As long as we can discuss back and forth and nobody get their feelings hurt, we're good to go. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all remember what I always tell you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.